Here we have a 2019 GMC Terrain SLE. Has a turbocharged inline-4 2-liter engine, automatic transmission and all-wheel drive, and only has 50,000 kilometers on the odometer. For the interior, we have your power mirrors, windows, and locks, all found around the driver's door handle. We have a nice wood grain trim piece there as well. Some storage throughout the door panel as well, with the speaker towards the front. We have a nice black-on-black combination for the interior. Some stitching on the seats to match the wood grain. It's a really nice touch. And then we also have your power-operated switches for the driver's seat on this side. The Terrain is push-button start, found right beside the steering wheel. And you can see we do have a combination of analog and digital displays for the gauge cluster, and you are able to configure the screen to show various different informations that you would want to see. And at the very bottom, you'll see we have 50,224 kilometers on the odometer. Down here, we have your gauge cluster illumination dial. We have your automatic headlight controls. Below that, we have your electronic parking brake down there, and the hood release at the very bottom. On the steering wheel, we do have your cruise control on this side, with your Bluetooth controls on the other. Directional pad is what I use to control the screen and the gauge cluster. And on the back of the steering wheel, you'll see the pads or the buttons there to control your audio. For the stereo, you get AM, FM radio. You have USB, USB Type-C auxiliary inputs, as well as Bluetooth connectivity, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. When the vehicle's in reverse, this is where you'll find your backup camera, and then you can toggle whether or not you want to see the guidance lines there as well. So this is the newer GMC infotainment system, so very intuitive, works just like a smartphone would, various different apps, vehicle information, and whatnot there. Below that, we do have some analog controls for the stereo. We have dual zone climate control with ice cold air conditioning. For gear select, it is all push buttons, so push for park, neutral, and low, and then you pull reverse or drive towards you to go into those modes. Down here, we have your 12-volt input as well as your USB, USB Type-C, and auxiliary inputs beside it. Bunch of storage below there, 2 cup holders. Then we have your heated seat controls for both the front passengers. Then we have your downhill descent mode, your 2-wheel to 4-wheel drive selector, as well as your off-road mode. We have a nice big armrest right in the middle here. This is a little removable tray if you want, and in here you do have a ton of storage as well. Up top, we do have your auto-dimming rearview mirror. In addition, we also have your OnStar controls mounted to the ceiling. The Terrain is equipped with 19-inch factory alloy wheels wrapped in hand-cooked tires. We do have a really nice white color for the exterior with some black accenting all throughout. The vehicle is equipped with an engine block heater. It has a separate cord that just plugs into the front bumper there. We have LED headlights as well. We have the black plastic trim piece that goes along the bottom of the vehicle to protect your paint from any rock or debris that might get kicked up while driving. We have your Terrain badge down there. Black side mirrors. Black roof rails up top. Tinted rear windows all the way back. Then we have the buttons on your door handles for your keyless entry. SLE badge towards the back there. Then we have 4-wheel disc brakes. We also have LED taillights in the back, badging for Terrain, GMC, and then all-wheel drive. And while it doesn't have a trailer hitch installed at the moment, it does have a removable panel so that you can have one mounted in the future if you want, and you can have that as a protective cover. Back here, you also have dual exhausts, one on each side. And then to get in the back, make sure the vehicle is unlocked. Pull underneath here, there's just a button to release it as such. So in the back, you do get a ton of storage space. You do have an all-weather mat here, OEM GMC mat. You are able to fold down the rear seats. They do come down in a 60-40 split. And you can also see we do have your child seat anchors in the center of each seat. And to do so, you can either do it or fold it down by pressing the handle here, or there's the releases here for each side. So you can see how the top one folds down the 40%, and then the lower one folds down the 60%. So if we pull the top one, folds down quick and effortless, giving you a nice increased storage area in the back. You also have tie-down loops on each side. And underneath here, if we lift this up, you do have a compartment under here. So this is the cord I was telling you about for the engine block heater. So you just put that into the plug-in on your front bumper. That way you don't have a cord hanging out all the time. And if you lift this up, you have your spare tire underneath all of this. tucked away. And then in between the holes, you can see we do have the tools that you need to change it in case of an emergency. It makes absolute amazing use of the space back here, all nice and organized. And when you're done, just pull this down and you're all good to go. For the rear interior, we have your power window switch below the door handle. We have the nice wood trim piece and stitching to match the rest of the interior. Also have some storage along the bottom by your speaker as well. In the back, you do get a ton of legroom and headroom back here. Same nice cloth material for the rear seats as the front. Cool little pattern in the middle, just like the front seats. We also have storage pockets on the back of both the front seats as well. 2 climate control vents for the rear passengers, 2 USB ports below that. And then we have your armrest that folds down here nice and sturdy, giving you 2 cup holders. Removable inserts there, make it easy to clean. And then for the lower child seat anchors, you can just look for the little plastic circles along the bottom, and that'll indicate where the lower loops are. Super easy. And then to fold it down from this end, just pull this, folds down, and when you're done, locks back into place. And that was the 2019 GMC Terrain SLE. If you're interested in the spacious, all-wheel drive, turbocharged SUV, you can go to parkmazda.ca to fill out the form to book your test drive. In doing so, we can get you a $25 Visa gift card for coming down. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you soon.